I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, Jeff Lewis and the after show, because Jeff went insane on the after show. So we will definitely get to that. Oh my goodness. I hope you're having an amazing day. Happy almost weekend. It is almost 90 degrees here today, y'all. And I've got a cut or something wrong with my eye, with my contact. If y'all know, I wear one contact that kind of balances out my perfect vision for far away, but I'm 50 years old, so I cannot see my phone. I can't see notes that I write. So I have to wear one contact that balances everything out. It's given me some problems today. So if I keep blinking and keep messing with it, that is what's going on. So anyways, get comfortable in comments. I love hearing what you have to say. I cannot wait to meet so many of y'all at BravoCon. So if you're going to BravoCon, let us know. Make sure you join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group so we can really get to know each other better. And y'all know all about the meetup that we will do, I think Thursday late afternoon and probably Saturday or Sunday also. Okay, so much, y'all. Let's get into it. We're going to chat Watch What Happens Live. We're going to chat Britney Spears. We're going to chat Kim Zolciak. And then I'm going to recap episode 2 of House of Villains. So I hope you're watching it. If you're not, I won't ruin it for you because, won't ruin it for you, but I hope it gets you excited to actually want to watch it. Because I was kind of hesitant to start it, but now that I've finished episode 2, I'm pretty into it. So anyways, okay. Get comfortable in comments. Let me pull this up. Why is that? I want that off. Hold on. Let me get everything off. Okay. There we go. Watch What Happens Live. So today is only Friday. I don't know that Bravo Watch What Happens Live always puts up the information for the week out today, but they did. Y'all, we already saw this yesterday because they were, of course, promoting it. They are excellent at promoting. The OG Roni girls are excellent at self-promotion, and I so love it. But what could Dorinda and Luann be on Watch What Happens Live together for? And then why is Ramona just in the audience? And do you think she was okay with that? Okay. And also Wednesday, Kyle Richards and Teddi Mellencamp are going to be on together. Y'all, that's October 25th, which, us Jeff Lewis chumps know as Monroe's 7th birthday, but it is also Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season premiere this year. Okay. So I am curious, lots of rumors have always gone on around Kyle Richards and Teddi Mellencamp's friendship or more. Now, of course, Morgan Wade has superseded all of those similar rumors, right? But I'm just curious. So apparently there's some rumors flying around that maybe Teddi Mellencamp might transition over to the OC from Beverly Hills. Coincidentally, she just put up some Instagram stories or shared page 6 something that they just rented their house out for $35,000 a month. Now, I don't follow Teddi, but I did go over there and take a peek. What I thought was weird about it, she's like tagging her husband in all of these things, almost as if like she didn't know. Like, let me know if we rented our house out. Let me know if I have this money to spend. I was like, it was just so weird to me. I didn't understand it at all. I'm like, hopefully you're a grown-ass woman in this marriage. You're a businesswoman. I'm assuming you know what the hell's going on with the home rental of your house, right? I thought it was super weird, but it just feeds the rumors. The fact that she's going to be back on Watch What Happens Live. I don't think they would be bringing her back on if they weren't, even though she has a successful podcast with, Tamra. It just smells of coming back to Housewives for me, right? So let me know in comments if you think the same. Britney Spears, The Woman in Me, comes out next Tuesday. This book that, is about her memoir. Are we even going to read it, y'all? Every day, 2 or 3 stories come out about stuff. Like, I don't even know that I want to know anymore. I don't think I needed to know that her and her I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube, with Justin Timberlake was an at-home medical procedure. Like, get that in the 90s or whenever that was, early 90s maybe, early 90s, No. Late 90s? Oh my God, y'all. When was that? When did she and Justin Timberlake date? Whenever that was. I get that she was super famous and probably going to a clinic wasn't an option, right, for privacy. But I don't know. I don't know why all these details are coming out. We're hearing about who she dated, how the sex was. Like, you're spilling everything. And now we hear she's not even going to do any in-person interviews to promote the book, which is probably not a bad idea, right? Her media people are probably like, no, not happening. We're not putting you out there without like a million stipulations on what you can ask about and what you can't. Let us see the editing before, the show goes on, all this stuff. But she's not even going to do anything. So I don't know. I think in this day and age, it's really hard to get a book in someone's hand. Like, we're so fast with like a clip of this, a clip of that, TikTok, shorts on Instagram and stuff. I don't know that anyone's going to read it. Y'all let me know if you have any interest in reading her book. Krista says, did I see the Vanity Fair article coming soon on Bravo and Real Housewives? It's supposed to be a big drop. So Krista, I'm hearing that's going to drop right at BravoCon. So, I mean, I think I'm just going to be busy with BravoCon. I don't know how it can change my mind on anything. Like, I think I have a good, understanding of this reality TV world, and it's all not magical and lollipops and rainbows and unicorns. But I feel like personal responsibility is a thing. And these grown-ass women, who a lot of them already have fame, already have money coming into it. So I don't know why they're signing these contracts to do this and put themselves out there when it's 2023. They can ask a million different people, hey, has this been good for you? Would you recommend this? Should I do this? Right? So I don't know that the article is going to be good. I don't really know about Vanity Fair. I guess if it was like a Dateline investigation or Jeff Lewis investigates, I'd be more like, ooh, that's going to be really juicy. Vanity Fair, I don't know. Do they deep dive things? Is that what they're known for? I can't say I've ever purchased a Vanity Fair magazine. Does anyone buy magazines anymore? Like, seriously, I don't even buy a magazine getting on an airplane anymore. Like, I totally look at my phone, or I sleep, or I watch, something. My short attention span. You know what I mean? Life with Bear pre-ordered the book. So hopefully, and I think she did say, I think it's like number 1 or something for the pre-orders. I did read something about that. Anyway, so it's called The Woman in Me, comes out October 24th, the day before Monroe Lewis's 7th birthday. What else? Kim Zolciak, y'all. I almost made a story last night, and then I was like, no, I just can't even talk about Kim Zolciak and her vaginal rejuvenation Instagram story that she made. So she has a story. I think it's still up. She's talking about going into surgery and she's getting all this work done. It's clearly a promotion because she's talking about the doctor and stuff. So we know she's excellent at that. But y'all, she just came from filming this reality TV show. What was it called? Was she on The Traitors or The Surreal Life? I think she was on The Surreal Life in Colombia, but I'm literally getting all these dang people mixed up in my brain. Especially with watching House of Villains. It has 10 different people on there. I'm like literally mixed up with them all. Anyways, but this is back and forth. Are we divorcing? Are we not? Do I want to stay married to him? Do I want the children full time or do I not? Like, seriously, I cannot keep up with this. So she puts out this Instagram story talking about some other work she's had done. And then of course the vaginal rejuvenation, which I'm like, la, 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 la. I know you've had 6 kids. I know you've had them all out the vag. I just don't need to hear about you getting it tightened up for the next man. Okay. Or for Corey, since you keep saying that y'all are still having, some action in the bed, the marital bed, as they say. Right. But then we hear she does another story showing their son playing football. And she talks about, I used to love watching Corey play so many years in the NFL. I mean, I'm not a big NFL fan, but I heard he sat the bench a lot. So I don't know. Anywho, I guess he still collected a paycheck that she was able to spend. But then it says, and I love that we can now sit and watch our son play football together. I don't know. It's so confusing. Today, was it page 6? Somebody comes out with a picture of them at the airport from Wednesday. And I'm like, why did somebody have this picture Wednesday and it's not coming out till Friday? Is it just information overload with Kim and Croy? Does anyone care anymore? Like, did they get the pictures sent to them for free? You know, I think people usually pay for pictures, paparazzi pictures. Like, did somebody donate this picture to them? I don't even know. Don't even know. So confusing. Okay. House of Villains, season 1, episode 2. Y'all, I'm loving that. Oh, what's the co-host? The host name? My brain went blank. Uh, oh, freaking A. Somebody's going to send me a DM talking about my memory. Don't even tell it to me. Joel McHale. Thank you very much. Anyways, Joel McHale is the host. It is so funny, though. I love that it's a typical, it's sort of like a mashup of a Celebrity Big Brother meets funny. I can't really explain it anywhere else. It's very similar to Celebrity Big Brother, where you do kind of need to play the game. You kind of need to have a little bit of sneakiness to you. You got to have some social skills for sure. Omarosa is the person that won the challenge last week, so she is not able to be kicked off this week, okay? But she wasn't even on the show very much, okay? Jax is totally going to blow it. If he's not the first one kicked off, I'm going to be shocked. He's bragging about he makes $450,000 on Cameo. I mean, do you really, Jax? Like, I don't know. I think he can be such a liar, such a person that exaggerates things. I'm not really sure how much I want to believe of that. But then he talks about Britney making a $2 million deal on this Jenny Craig. And then he talks about, you know, owning these luxury cars and all this stuff. And then, of course, he's like, nobody needs this $200,000 more than me. Dude, you got one kid that is not in college. He's not driving yet. You're not paying for private high school yet. I mean, stop already. Like, literally stop. Seeing Jax like fake adulting on this show was rather comical, because then later somebody's talking about him behind his back and he comes out and he's like, you don't live in California where I pay so many taxes and I've got this super expensive mortgage. And I was just like, ew, like, again, dude, they're going to kick you off. Like, what the hell are you doing? Then he to me again, bragging. He was like, yeah, my manager told me I needed to look up and figure out who all these people were. And I thought, no, everyone will just like me. They'll just, you know, keep me on the show. Oh my goodness. Michael Riley says you're not going to watch the Valley, what's it called? Valley View? Valley Vista. Is that the name of the neighborhood they live in? You're not going to watch that spinoff. I mean, is Stassi going to be on that? Remind me. It kept going back or forth. If she's not on it as a main character, I really think she'll be in it at like parties and stuff. And then if that show is smart, they'll throw her enough money, because I'm positive her and her husband Beau would absolutely go back on reality TV again. Don't y'all think? Like, for sure. I love Stassi. I would love to see them on. But also, Jax recently said on Watch What Happens Live, he and Stassi are still not talking. He thinks she and Beau are mad because they didn't come to her wedding. And I'm like, dude, she's mad at you for so many more things than that. Like, seriously. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness, the money that Randall what is going on with that? I feel like season 10 of Vanderpump Rules, Lala Kent said on Jeff Lewis Live that she had filmed all this stuff. She was very vulnerable and all this information was going to come out about that whole situation. And then, of course, Scandival happened with Tom and Ariana. So, and Rachel. So all that ended up on the editing room floor. And I don't think you can like remake that up, right? Like, you gotta have those emotions as they were coming out. Now I feel like it's a couple of years later. Like, Randall freaking Emmett. Didn't he change his name too? Isn't he something else now? Like, like, what are you thinking? Okay. They bring Carol Baskin on House of Villains. It was super stupid. They could have totally done that. I hope they didn't pay her anything at all. They do have this competition though. So this guy named Shake Jax and Corinne from The Bachelor are on. They're the three up for being kicked off. So the way this particular show works is three of them have a competition, okay? So it can be physical, it can be intelligence, it can be memory, it can be all these sorts of different things. Whoever wins that gets themselves off. Shout out Donna Bowling. I think she's watching House of Villains too. I can't remember. We watch a lot of the same shows, right, Donna? But then we watch a little bit different ones. Like I know she is getting me hooked into The Golden Bachelor. I just haven't made time to watch it yet. And she's so in love with Craig, and I'm not into that show either right now. So Shake wins the competition. I really think Jax got kind of screwed by the person that he chose to help him out in that show. And I think they really sabotaged him, a guy named Johnny Fairplay, who's known for that from the TV show that he was on, right? Again, Jack should have totally researched just like his manager told him to do. Bobby Lights goes crazy. I can't tell if he really was drunk, if he's playing it up for the show. He talks about on the show that he was on, Love and Hip Hop, I think, that he was known for kind of making a fool out of himself and like making drama. So it felt very fake to me. The New York girl, whatever her name is, New York something, she was on Watch What Happens Live. And then Corinne are woken up in the middle of the night. New York seems really pissed off about it. Corinne is just kind of like, oh, whatever, nothing happened. It's no big deal. I don't really know. In the end, Jax and Corinne have to go up against each other for banishment. They lock them in these chairs, which I thought was super interesting. Jax starts like crying, y'all, like a little sniffle. He's like wiping his face and he's like, I don't know. I thought I was just a nice Christian dad. Oh my God, really, Jax? You're on a TV show called House of Villains, for God's sake. I mean, seriously. Then the show ends. They don't tell us who gets kicked off. That was super, super lame. It is already episode 2. I want to see somebody kicked off. I think, obviously, they want to drag it out, right? But I also think they didn't want the first person kicked off because of their egos to be kicked off on episode 2. But I think it's fine. Like, we need these people kicked off. I don't know how many episodes this show is, but I can tell you by the time Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premieres next Wednesday, the next night, me and some Jeff Lewis friends are going out to see Zach Noe Towers here in Houston. Then the next week is one of my kids' 18th birthday. So a big deal going on with that. Then I leave for BravoCon. I mean, if everything works out, I will win one of these precious 40 tickets that Jeff Lewis is having for his fans for the Halloween party. I mean, there's so much going on, right? This House of Villains is going to be pushed to the side. Like, I'm not going to make time for it. There's not enough time in the day. Oh my gosh. I don't know who New York is. I didn't watch that show. Was she on Love and Hip Hop also? I don't know. They did say that the shows they were on at the beginning, but I can't keep up with. Sorry, I'm missing all y'all's comments. They stopped. Speaking of Zach Noe Towers, did y'all see him on Cooking Kivets last night with Doug? Y'all, he's so dang sweet. So y'all know that my body pump class is in the middle of when Cooking Kivets on. So when that Flavor of Love, okay, when that happens, I put my AirPods in. And then when there's a break in the body pump class, like we're changing weights or adding weights or transitioning, I'll pop over to my phone and look or something. And then I listen. So I can hear it the whole time, but I can't read the comments. Y'all, Zach was so impressed with what a sweet, positive place Cooking Kivets is. And he just wanted to read all the precious, comments. It was super cute. That is still up on Doug Buden's Instagram. So if you didn't catch it live like last night, go back and watch it. It was so cute. And they made something like this pea dip. It sounded really good, like a hummus, but with sweet peas or green peas instead of what are they made with? What's the things that hummus is made of? Chickpeas, right? Oh my God, I love those. No foyer though. Exactly. Poor Doug, no foyer. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get in today's Jeff Lewis Live, and we are definitely going to make some time to talk about the after show. Y'all, first of all, it was Shane Simpson and Emily Simpson from Real Housewives of OC. She doesn't watch the show. She doesn't like watching herself. she and Jeff both admit that when they watch themselves, it makes them like want to get stuff fixed, get their lips fixed, get their eyes fixed, get their chin fixed, get a facelift, all this kinds of stuff. It totally makes sense, right? Because a lot of people were getting plastic surgery after the pandemic because everyone was on these Zoom calls and they were staring at themselves. And, you start going, oh, is that what I really look like? I didn't really know that, right? Anyway, so it totally makes sense. But Shane watches the show and then he'll walk into another room and tell Emmy, oh, you really came off like a big bitch this time. That is so on brand for Shane. And I totally agreed what Jeff was saying at the beginning. He was like, nobody liked you in the beginning. Like, I could have cared less if you were on, and I didn't really care about Emily either. Like, there was just nothing there. And he's like, now I really like you. And now I see that Shane is just really funny and just self-deprecating, and that's his sense of humor. And now I actually really like him. And I got to meet him and Emily and Gina at the Reality Bites event a couple of weeks ago in LA, right? Didn't talk to Shane. I don't think I took a picture with Shane. Shane and Gina's boyfriend really hung out together a lot. And then, of course, Gina and Emily were doing like Q&A and walking around taking pictures and stuff. So I wasn't really there to take a picture with Shane, but I totally would have if I could. He's just as short in person that I thought he would be. He's cute though. I mean, knowing he comes from gobs and gobs of money. Like, I don't know what his mom and dad do, but his mother just reeks of money, right? She just comes across as like old school money. And I don't even know if they do or not, but I know they live in the same neighborhood or maybe Emily and Shane probably live in the same neighborhood as they do, right? And then like a cousin, maybe a sister lives around the corner. I love that. It reminds me of like the Kardashians. Oh my God, I love that so much for sure. Yes, praying you get one of those tickets. Thank you, Brenda. That would be so freaking amazing. I did take a peeky peek this morning. Whenever I think Shane yesterday said that the party would be in the afternoon. They definitely gave some more details about it today. It's going to be about 40 people invited. You can win starting Monday somehow on the app. If you listen live on the app, he said, so they must be kind of pushing that instead of listening live in a radio or like Alexa. By the way, does it even come across different? It would sound the same. How can you win on the app versus not winning on the radio? Like, how is it going to be different? I have no idea. That's interesting to me. Technology wise, how would that be different? Anyways, and they also said, I think, tell me if this is what y'all heard listening. They said the socials. And I'm like, well, which socials? Jeff Lewis, Alyssa, Jeff Lewis, channel 789, Instagram. Like, which one? It's the Radio Andy Siriusxm Instagram. So I think make sure you're all following that one if that's what you figured out. And if you didn't, tell me something different, ready for sure. Yes, they live across the street from Shane's parents. I love that for sure. The relatable part of the show, totally as a mom, Jeff and Emily talking about eating their kids' food that they don't eat. And then forgetting that you ate 3 chicken nuggets. Like, you don't really mentally count that. Oh, they didn't eat their piece of bacon out at the restaurant. And you totally eat that. Because even though I pay for it, no matter if it goes in the trash or goes in my kid's belly, I'm always going to eat it if it's something that I like. Always. I can't stop. Y'all, I have 5 kids. Do you know how much leftover kids' food I have consumed over the years? So much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, how did this comment come up here? Oh, maybe that was on my story, not my TikTok. A comment came up and it drew me. Anyways, okay, somebody says there's a pop-up comes on when you go on your app. That's how I won Kelly Ripa and Andy at SiriusXM tickets, Annette says. Okay, well, good to know. Well, make sure you have the SiriusXM app. If you always listen some other way at work or something in your car, make sure you turn on the app. If you live in the LA area, Saturday, October 28th, sometime in the afternoon, they're going to record it that day, and then it's going to air at 5 p.m. I think on the 789. No, on the Radio Andy show. Is that what he said on that show? On the channel 102 at 5 o'clock on Halloween. Y'all, that's 7 o'clock for my time. That's going to be a terrible time, but I guess I'll have to listen as a replay. I don't know. What else? He finally updated us on Toby. So I think somebody put this in the Facebook group yesterday, or maybe somebody DM'd me and said, oh, he hasn't mentioned Toby lately. He hasn't told us anything about it. I'm like, oh, you're right. He needs 2 hip surgeries at $25,000, y'all. That's crazy. So if you know of any experience that you've had with preventing your dog from having a hip surgery, I will tell you ours. So when my friend found Luna on Halloween 2020, she was trying to get into a basketball gym, and everyone there was like, oh, that dog's been around for a couple of days. She won't go away. So, well, she picked her up. She had no collar. She wasn't chipped. She didn't have it. You know how they tattoo, or that's what they do here. They tattoo your dogs if they've been spayed or neutered. She didn't have any of that. And she asked me, because she had 4 dogs already, asked us to keep Luna until we found the owner. Long story short, we tried to find the owner. 2 days later, we take her to the vet. They confirmed, look, she's got this, hookworms. She's got this hip issue. She's either been hit by a car or she's born with this issue. They said she was about 6 to 12 months old based on her teeth at the time. So it took us a while. It was during COVID. Took us a while to get her in, but my husband gets her in. We had her on medicine. So they'd put her on, what's that really strong steroid that they don't want your dogs on for a long time? Like Rumalode or something. It's some prescription that they don't want your dog on a long time. I think it can cause other issues. So she was on that, and she would kind of wince when she stood up, but it was so sad. She's a black lab. She was 42 pounds at the time, or 40. Now she's like 82. And my husband got her into a physical therapy appointment. Yes, for dogs, physical therapy. They had this big plan that, come, I think 2 or 3 times a week, all this stuff. I am not kidding you. By the time we went home, the next day she woke up and I'd already started weaning her off of this steroid medicine. She was fine. She jumps up into my Suburban now to go bye-bye whenever I say that. She goes on walks. She doesn't wince when she gets up. And now it's almost 3 years later. So just like Emily told a story, they were told of their dog that needed surgery. They didn't do it. And then the dog was fine. She lived like 14 years. So if you have any success stories similar to that, make sure to DM Jeff. He really wants to hear it. But I mean, I don't think he minds spending $25,000. It's the worry and the sadness of putting your dog under and having them go through and knowing that they'll be down for the count for weeks. But it already sounds so sad that like Toby's not being able to go to doggy daycare. He's not seeing his friends. He might be in pain. So that makes me sad too, right? Wait. Oh yeah. I forgot what we were saying. Cortisone. No, it was something else though. Cortisone, I think, is a shot. This was definitely, it started with an R. Let me know if y'all feel, oh, Marie says, so glad Luna found you. Yeah. I mean, I have 5 kids. So they had begged for a dog for a while. My husband was getting to the point with COVID, at least, where, all the kids' activities were less and less. They still went on. We still had volleyball, softball, not softball. She'd already quit that by then. Volleyball for 2 or 3 kids, and baseball, select baseball and year-round volleyball for 2 at the time. Still going on. That never slowed down really. But he was getting to a point where like, oh, we're home a little bit more. Maybe we should get a dog. Was it prednisone? I want to say it started with an R. Rimmel. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly the one. Windy City Gal. That's the one. Anyways, but I was still hesitant about a dog because I thought, we needed to be way more present for a dog, all this stuff. So truly, Luna rescued us. I mean, during COVID, our family needed a dog to love on, and I am definitely a dog mama now for sure. So yes. Yeah, we have a pool, so she loves getting in the pool. I don't know if that helped with her. I think I think she was just a younger puppy, and I think her hips just needed to adjust, right? So, Toby is still, what is Toby, about 7 or 9 months now? So maybe he'll outgrow it. Who knows? I don't think Jeff rushes to surgery Like that's kind of a big deal. So I don't think it's about the money for him necessarily. I think it's about just the stress of putting him under and everything. So I don't know. The Disneyland talk again. Jeff goes Saturday. He's taking, I don't know who he's taking. He's like 10 people. He has not mentioned, he usually likes to give a list, but he is doing it VIP for Monroe's birthday that's coming up. So if you're going to Disneyland, you might actually see Jeff and some of the chumps this Saturday. Let's talk about the after show. Y'all. Okay, so on yesterday's show, I think it was a brand new promo. Basically, it's so good. These promos are so good, but it was talking about Jeff Lewis trying to sell the channel 789. Jameson is on it. It's super funny. And then he tells us, I don't think I can sell the channel because I don't think it's mine to sell. Like, I don't think I own it. So today he pops in. Pole and Patrick are hosting the Jeff Lewis After Show on channel 789, and everything's fine. And then somehow Jeff starts talking about if they've been paid yet. And Pole tries to play it off. Now, Pole seemed way more ready to talk. Patrick was definitely probably looking at his husband, Pole, like, stop, like literally stop talking about this. But Jeff keeps going. And then he says, I talked to Tim Johnson yesterday about this idea that I had, and that 789, the Jeff Lewis After Show, is doing so well that y'all should just move it from 789 over to Radio Andy channel 102. Well, we know this would help a lot of people. For one thing, a lot of people don't have the app. Y'all, I didn't have the app till like 2 years ago. I didn't even know about it. So I was only listening to Radio Andy or Howard Stern in my car. I missed out on so much content because I didn't know about the app. So I know there's so many people that don't listen to the app. So, but they also don't want to listen to channel 102 and then flip over to the app to 789. Like, that's super confusing. People were asking me questions in the beginning so much. So we know this is a big issue with Jeff. He's even been joking lately. If you can find the channel, I'm like, I know, because so many people don't know how to find channel 789. So then you can tell that Alyssa's like, why don't you keep these confidential conversations off the air? And Jeff's like, no. This was me talking. Like, I'm telling you what I talked to Tim about. And she's like, yeah, I know. Stop talking about this on the air. I'm trying to save you, honey. Like, I'm trying to save you. If she doesn't go home tonight and drink a whole bottle of wine by herself, I'm going to be shocked. Like, she's got to be so ready that the show was over and was just dying. Jamie says, I personally don't know anyone that has the app. There's definitely people that have it because they tell me they do listen to the after show, but I bet the ratings aren't near as high as they would be if they were on channel 102. Tell me in comments if you agree with that. I'm almost positive of that. There's so many people that probably listen to Radio Andy that if they heard the after show, first of all, that would be 2 hours a day. That would give them a chance and more with the replays to hear Jeff Lewis, right? And the more times you are on somebody's radar, the more chances they're going to eventually tune in, right? Katrina says, I only listen on the app. Kim has the app. Yeah. I don't know anyone in person that listens to Jeff Lewis. I mean, I had to find friends on Facebook in order to have y'all to chat with about Jeff Lewis Live, right? I literally only listen to the app because I can never listen to the entire episode live, Tyler says. Like in your car, is that what you mean? Yeah. If you have it in your car, then you get the app for free. I think the app is free for everyone for sure. Oh, someone says they missed the Chumps Happy Hour. He's not even talking about the Chumps Happy Hour anymore. Like, RIP. I just don't. That's got to be. It's only once a week. Like, I don't know. I guess the after show. I don't know. You listen live through the Alexa. That's one way I listen to it. So if I'm in the shower, I listen to it on Alexa because I can turn the volume up louder than my phone. I know. Radio Andy airplay is his money. Jeff wants his own and money. Airplay. He definitely got asked the other day on Andy Cohen Live why, when there's a holiday, that they play more of Andy Cohen's shows more. And he was basically like, because it's my channel. Like, yeah, I'm going to promote myself. I was like, duh. Like, how did that call even get through? I mean, it didn't make Andy Cohen look in a bad light to me. Like, it just made sense, right? Like, of course, it's called Andy Cohen, channel 102. Okay, what else? So then Jeff keeps talking about money, like, have y'all been paid? And then he says, eventually the chumps are going to quit working because they realize they're not being paid anymore. So Alyssa chimes in and basically says, read your contract. You should have known all about these details that you agreed to. And then Paul and Patrick start joking and teasing about, like, they made them sign the contract before they even looked at it, which we know they were just joking about. But I mean, it just kept going on. I was like, Jeff, like, you're sinking yourself. Like, this is not the way to get Siriusxm to be on your side. You've got to stop talking about this so detailed in the public. Like, but then I wondered, is Tim Johnson is he in on the joke? Because to make that Jeff Lewis promo, I mean, Tim listens live because he's texting Jeff, right? He's babysitting him all the time. That's probably literally in his job description, is to babysit Jeff Lewis. Oh my God. What else was the show about? They were definitely talking about the coffee grinds reading. So go to poll2.com for that. Or you can just DM Patrick Simpson. Like, literally, if you just DM him, he'll do it. But then they were talking about the Armenian spaghetti recipe, and it's in this book, and they sent me this a few weeks ago. Anna Nicole Smith, Portrait of an Icon. I think you can buy it yourself at portraitofanicon.com. It's a really good book, y'all. And it's a lot of pictures, a lot of stories about their friendship with Anna Nicole. So anyways, portraitofanicon.com. Does anyone know of a way of listening it in the UK? I don't know when SiriusXM, I don't know why they wouldn't let SiriusXM be worldwide. I don't know. Tyler says Jeff is going to get fired and sued. No. Will Alyssa be happy or sad or mad? Alyssa's going to be like, I told you so, dude. Stop it. She's going to drink so heavy this weekend. For sure. Yes, R.I.P. Anna Nicole Smith. Yeah. Yes, Australia can't see it. I know. And did that YouTube channel get taken down? Somebody told me that it did. It gets put right back up. Don't worry. Whoever is putting up the recordings of Jeff Lewis on YouTube, which is not a good idea because it's copyright material. I almost think they work at SiriusXM because they seem to put up stuff earlier than it's even out on the app sometimes. I just feel like it's an employee that's making money because they've got like a thing there that says like cash at me or send me PayPal money. You know what I mean? So, but I think there's like 2 of them now. Shout out, Jason. Oh, that's funny. Brenda says, no one knows Jeff in my life. I call him the guy on the radio. I sort of love that. Who lives in the LA area or who would fly there or drive there if you got a ticket to this Halloween party on October 28th? I mean, I did look at the flights this morning. I would have to stay overnight. There's never a good way to like fly into LAX and then fly out later that night. All those flights were already taken up or they're super bad times. So we know it's in the afternoon, which I don't know what time, 12, 1, 3, I don't know. But, when you have to get to the airport like an hour and a half before, oh my God, I never thought, wait, how does that work? Somebody said if they won a ticket, they would give it to me. Can you give a ticket away? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I need to start talking to the husband now. Like, hey, what if I won a ticket to this Halloween party? Can I fly there? Oh my God. Raquel says it's a 17-hour flight. Yeah, that would be a lot of money, right? That would be a whole lot of money. And y'all, it's only a week basically away. I mean, it's going to be an expensive flight for him. Why can he never give us enough notice? You know what I mean? I feel like I was so hopeful that for BravoCon, he was going to do a live event, like let either people buy or win tickets to watch the recording of Jeff Lewis live, but they haven't said anything about it. So I don't think that it is going to be like that. You know, a lot of people do live podcasts, and even though it's not a podcast, it's a radio show, but still, I thought that would be such a great way to let people, to let fans meet each other and, you know, listen and watch the live show. But I don't think it's going to happen. Who knows? He still hasn't even told us exactly what he's doing Friday, has he? He hasn't told us exactly. He just talked to Emily today about these things that BravoCon is asking him to do extra, and he doesn't know to say yes or no to them, right? Michael says, did I miss Jeff? He never mentioned the court case. He did update us, and I made a video about that in a reel. When was that? The court case was October 10th, so I think he probably updated us October 11th. He basically said he can't say anything exactly, but if you're a big fan and you know what was very important to him for Monroe, that you'll know that it was, a big win for Monroe. So we all think that it was that she's going to have counseling now, because that was pretty much the beginning reason of going to court, because Gage didn't want her to have counseling, right? Which I don't know. How can counseling ever be bad for a kid, right? Beck Screw says, kind of feel like he's coming back to Bravo. Oh, I think he's so happy at Amazon. Which I have to say, a lot of us were chatting a little bit about 2 days in a row, and for a while there's just been a little tiff in the air, it seems, with John Hill and Andy Cohen. Somebody mentioned to me yesterday on a DM that they think that's just kind of, you know, for the show, like there's really nothing there. But they reminded me all these little digs that Andy's saying lately, like, hey, I've been here 8 years. There's not even a sticker. There's no signage. There's nothing in this studio in New York City that says anything about Radio Andy. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm a huge deal here. Like, why is there no oomph behind my name? Well, now his buddy, John Mayer, is getting his own channel at SiriusXM. And I think he has seen or caught wind of all the stuff that they're planning to do for his channel. And Andy Cohen is now like, hey, we need to do something for me. So I don't know. Sounds like he and Jeff could be both a little bit, you know, at odds with SiriusXM over some stuff. Who knows? Yeah. Angela says, do we have any Stu or Jeff updates? No, he didn't say anything one way or another today at all. So we don't know anything. And on the after show, it was kind of cute. Paul and Patrick were talking a lot about like Toby and Milo being boyfriend and boyfriend. And Jeff was like, no, don't say that. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, my dog's not gay. Of course, Jeff. Of course your dog's not gay. Like Jeff doesn't even want to be gay. So he definitely doesn't want his dog to be gay, right? I know. I hate that y'all can't get Hollywood House Lift worldwide either. It's so weird to me how Amazon and all these different apps can offer different shows that other places don't offer. Like, I don't think we in the States get like the, what was that other, what was it? Real Housewives of Australia? Was that ever offered to us here? Or I don't think it was. It's so weird to me. Yes, I agree, Krista. Krista says, I hope the big win for Monroe is therapy. But like I said, I don't think he's supposed to talk about any of that stuff. Oh, that's weird. Krista says, my reels aren't popping up on Instagram. It makes me upset. I don't think I should be shadow banned right now. I mean, I don't know. They never tell you. But if you go to my Instagram, Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and you look at that center button where the reels are, or on my main page, all my reels will show up. They're also under shorts on YouTube. My YouTube channel, Jeff Lewis Obsessed, and they're definitely under TikTok, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. And I've got a playlist on TikTok that's all the reels. I think I've now had Annie, who is so magical, for about a month. So she makes 20 reels. She makes 5 reels a week, Monday through Friday. So 4 weeks, that's a lot of reels a month. That's a lot of reels. She's so good. So if y'all like the reels, please like them. Please make a comment underneath them at all. That's what helps the analytics to make my reels come up for other people. If no one really likes or comments on this stuff, all the social media platforms think, oh, nobody's interested in this, even though you might have watched it and loved it. If you don't like it or hit the thumbs up button on YouTube or comment, it doesn't give it any legs in the social media platforms. Does that make sense? So please throw me a bone. Help me out with all of that for sure. I hunt you down when they don't automatically fill my feed. Thank you so much. Well, I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. We've got our daughter coming in from Georgia. She's on the airplane now, or she's at the airport, flying in for a quick visit this weekend. So we'll have 4 of our 5 kids home. So we're going to do s'mores tonight and just have a lot of family time. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. We will see you Monday. Jennifer Tilley is back on Jeff Lewis Live. I mean, no, we'll see. Maybe she'll grow on me, right? Anyways, y'all have an amazing day. Thank you, Chumpettes. Bye, Instagram.